Hello, my name is Rachel, and today you'll hear two tools. So I'll be sharing with you the first tool with you, which is the letter tool. And not sure if you guys ever heard of this word kintsugi, which is the Japanese art of repairing broken things with gold. It not only fixes the break, but greatly increases the value of the piece. So this reminds us of the power of creation, death, and resurrection in Christ. So the suggested way that we want to bring in the gospel is that God can redeem our brokenness. Yeah, so we have a God who knows all these about humans and hopes to redeem the brokenness and restore those shattered parts of our lives. So, despite our brokenness, God loved us so much that He was willing to sacrifice Himself to be the gold Himself to mend our brokenness. Yeah, so great. Let's get started by drafting our letters. So for the introduction itself, you can start by checking in with your friends and see how they have been doing, and can also talk about the recent viral events that has happened in Singapore. For example, when they hear of acts of violence on the news, like road rage and more, or people who behave in ways that they shouldn't, like on the MRTs and all that. Yeah, so if you can aim to draft out the introduction and a bit of the gospel link first today. Yeah, so just to encourage you guys, from Psalms 34, verse 18, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. So the truth is that every one of us are all broken inside. However, for us as Christians, we know that we have a God who understands this part of us and restores it. So I would like to encourage you guys to share also with your friends who do not know of this love from the Lord yet, who is the ultimate one who can the brokenness in their hearts as well. So let's commit to share this with our friends. And now I'll pass the time to Emmanuel, who will be sharing the questionnaire too.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Emmanuel. I used to study in Yan Poly, and actually, I'm going to tell you about the questionnaire tool today. Um, it's February. February is International Friendship Month. I think some of you would have known. But yeah, I just want to ask you this question. Maybe you can talk to the people around you. What do you think is important to have in someone that you call friend, that you call a friend? Maybe some of you might have said to have a common interest. Maybe some of you said to have the same personality, maybe same MBTI or compatible MBTI, or maybe some of you said trust. Because today we're going to talk about a tool which is talking about trust. Let me share screen. Oh, wrong. Right. This tool is called How Much Do You Trust Your Friend? And it's just really just five questions that you can go through with your friend and to know how much this friend trusts you. And after that, you have four different results and four different suggestions of things you can do to each other with each other. Like help each other with something, play a fun game, find a cozy space, or affirm each other. So before you start, it's a type form. It's this type form. And before you start, you can um really just start a conversation with friends. Say, how are you? And later maybe you can also tell them about this quiz. You have a quiz that talks about how how much we trust each other. Maybe it'll be fun for us to do together. And after that, you can do these things. You can affirm each other, you can help each other with something, or we have a heart-to-heart talk. It's something that is fun for you both to do. What happens after that is you can actually link this to the gospel. There's two different ways, um, and can summarize this way. One is the topic of who they trust. Who do you trust the most? Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's someone else. Maybe it's the parents. Maybe it's their brother or sister. And why they trust this person. And the other is the topic of why they trust. Why do you trust someone to? How do you know you can trust someone to help you when you're late for class? And from there, you can also, link to the gospel by saying that, oh, well, I trust someone because I know someone more, and I would like to invite you to know someone more, which is God. Yeah. So, but before you go, I would just like to bring it back to one of the things I mentioned about a quality that we want to see in a friend, and that is common interest. I think if we go by common interest, we all can be considered friends, because we all have this one common interest in the gospel. And I want to quote some passages in Ephesians. I think for us, we are all dead. We were all dead in transgressions and sins. but we were all made alive with Christ, and it's all by grace. And because of that, we're no longer foreigners and strangers, but citizens with God's people and members of His household. And we are all know that with Christ as our cornerstone. And because of that, and yeah, and so this is our common interest that we all have in the gospel. And but yeah, we're united, and like how friends become brothers, we are like family because we all share the same salvation story. So keep in mind, and remember that as we keep going and preaching peace to our friends, uh, you know, we can remember, this fact of unity and this salvation that we all have, that um keeps us to do what Jesus has done for us. So now, hopefully, with a friend in mind, you can choose one of the two tools, whether it's the letter Kintsugi tool or this questionnaire, and hopefully you can start sharing and start having a conversation with your friends from here. Thank you.